So there's three of us here tonight, Robin, Rachel, and myself. Um, Leland Jr. will not be able to make it this evening. He had called me earlier tonight. He's making a presentation for a job that they're doing, so he's a little bit committed. And I did not hear from Christina. I talked with Allison earlier today. I did not see an agenda. Nobody else has seen one, but we talked about it and she said she submitted it. So I'll just go over what she had said. I did not see any minutes from last week. And Robin, you said you had some minutes from last meeting.
Yes, and I just shared that with you all about 2 or 3 minutes ago.
Okay.
I can, based on that, I can give thoughts about what maybe needs to be added to the agenda for today.
I was not at that meeting, so I can't really comment on that meeting. And just looking at it. But I can say during this time that I got a email tonight from Coopop, just so you guys know. I just got it. It was probably 5-10 minutes ago, and it was about a piece of property on Racebrook Road, and they want to change to conform to another type of zoning, and they wanted some feedback on us. I said that wasn't on the, to myself, that isn't on the agenda, but that is something that we have to put in for next week, which I will send to Allison and show her what they're asking us to do. And they wanted just some feedback from us, what we would think, and would we be on board with it? Okay.
Can you clarify who you got the email? Who you got the? Yeah,
Nicole. I think it was Nicole. Hold on. It was. Hold on. And Nicole Donzello.
Okay.
From 1159 Racebrook Road. And she said, as a part of Coopop publicly owned property review, we reviewed 1159 Racebrook Road. It's a 9.8 acre property, deed restricted for open space. And she goes on to say, Mika asked us to review for potential change in use from passive to active open space, with one potential use being agricultural.
Okay. And
Okay.
who's Coopop?
Coopop is like any big pieces of property. Nicole Donzello is the chairman of Coopop. So they're the publicly owned properties in the town of Woodbridge.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I got it. Now I know who we were talking about. Okay.
So,
Thank you.
So anytime they, talk about money or anything that's going to be happening, they usually try to go out to everybody, tell them what they're looking to do, and try to get feedback from everybody, so everybody can have a say in what's happening with the properties, or what the initial intent is for everyone to do something. I mean, I just got this just before we went on here. So for me to for us to have a good conversation and do everything, I think we need to get it on the agenda for next time, and then we can move forward and give them some feedback and find out a little bit more of what's going on with this property. And maybe Allison can give us a little bit feedback so we can put this on the agenda. So if everyone's in favor with that, we can move forward with that in that respect, and then I can forward this to Allison, and I'll forward it all to you guys too as well. The other thing,
to me, as long as they can wait a month to put it on next month's agenda.
Yeah, I mean, she said they want to meet with us next Monday, but that's like I got to know a little bit more what's going on. I mean, I just sort of just got this, so I got to do a little bit of my homework myself in order to get feedback. I'm sort of like I didn't know this was even happening, so I think I'll give her I'll reach out to her and call her and find out a little more what's going on. The other thing is, Allison had put in pretty much just a general phase of what we were going to talk about tonight. And the last meeting, I was not there. Robin, maybe you can explain a little what was said at last meeting and go through a little bit of it.
Of course, yeah, and I think then probably next on our agenda is to approve the minutes anyway.
Yes.
Um, so last month we had on our agenda approval of minutes, update about lease extensions, which we skipped because you weren't present, so maybe we can add that to this
Yeah.
week's or this month's agenda. We
Mhm.
discussed some grant opportunities and some information that folks had about Beecher Road School interested in local produce. We approved the newsletter piece that Christina has written or had written, and I assume that went out since then. And discussed the situation about a secretary that Allison would like to not create minutes for us anymore. And Leland was going to look into he's used an AI program to create minutes for other meetings, and he was going to look into whether or not that is acceptable for the town, or if one of us needs to do it. And so I guess we need a report back from him on that. And then we don't know what we do with minutes, so that's also something he was going to find out.
When I talked to Leland tonight, when he called me, he talked about that app with for the AI doing the meetings and everything.
Yeah.
And he had talked to someone in the town and they said that was okay to use. So going forward, I think at the next meeting, I think we need to approve something like that. And all of us in general, and also I want to get as long as the first selectman and everybody else are on board with it, then we can move forward with that. So um, I think that would be a good, it'd save everyone some time and energy and everything. And I did talk to Mika on the lease extensions last time,
Mhm.
and he says we need to make a presentation to the Board of Selectmen. And when we make the presentation, we'd have to say, why would we need to have lease extensions? And why would we need to move forward on this? I don't think we'll get, we'd like to get 5 years. I think they're on board with moving forward, but I think 5 years might be too much for the town. I'm just being upfront and honest. 5 years would be great, but if we can get something where we can get more years, I think that's a benefit for everyone and it's a start somewhere. So I think that would be the next thing I think we should be on our meeting agenda next time. And I'll have some more information moving forward with that, why we need to go that way. And then anybody else who feels that, we need to add whatever we need to add to that. And then we have to make a presentation to the Board of Selectmen, which I think probably in February would be a good time to make the presentation at one of their meetings. And I think those are, a couple of the things that I think we got to look at. I liked what you talked about. I didn't know we talked about Beecher Road and how they would buy produce and stuff. I know for myself that I do sell produce and stuff to some of the New Haven schools and stuff. So they're very interested in it. They're all really interested in it. I just think sometimes we need to talk to the right people and try to move forward with that. I think that'd be a great thing for Beecher Road School. It's a win-win situation for all of us. So I thought that would be good. And I think what else we might need to discuss. Is there anything else you could think we might need to discuss for the next meeting? No.
The only thing I wanted to bring up was it came up with us that you have to reapply for Public Act 490 each year. So I don't know if anyone uses that for agricultural tax exemption, but with the town, you have to renew it each year, which we weren't aware of. So I just wanted anyone that uses that to make sure that you're able to, especially now that the town has reassessed property values, that it should include the tax exemption or the well, not exemption, but the agricultural use uh, from Public Act 490, and that might not have been accounted for in this last reassessment of land value.
I'm going to agree with you there. I just saw, we just got our assessment just the other day, and I was a little bit taken back myself. So,
I would love to
think
see if they
everyone
have
was.
any record of PA 490. If you filled that out, that has to be redone every single year. So I would just call the town assessor or make sure that that's on file. Christian did that, and we have until December 31st to file it this year.
yeah,
So I would check that sooner than later.
So our
Otherwise,
assessment
every
would
year,
include
it's, I
both
think the month of October, you have to reapply each year.
right. I thought I
And the
did
letter-
already.
I don't know what yours said, but the one that I received did say that assessment with PA 490 applied and if PA 490 was not applied.
Okay.
Yeah, it
That
depends on
implies
it.
that they've already done it, I think. So yeah, I don't know exactly how it works. You've gone way above my knowledge. But it seems like sometimes they're applying it and sometimes they're not. So yeah, I guess it's worth checking.
It's just, there's an application you have to fill out through the town.
Right.
Each town does it differently, and Woodbridge is an annual application you have to fill out. So I just
Isn't it
wanted
by
people to be
October
aware.
31st, Rach? I thought it was by October 31st.
It is, except for this year because of the tax, the reassessment that they just did, that they just sent out.
Okay. Because I thought I did that back in October. I'm going to have to go check, but thank you. That's a good,
Yeah, just to put it on your radar.
Yeah.
If it's not done each year, your land value might be assessed differently than it should.
yeah, because it did go up like significant. And I said, wow,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I said either the mill rate's got to really crash or something's going on, but it went more than I was anticipating. So,
Right,
um,
I just wanted to bring that up.
I think that I think we'll bring that up at our meeting next meeting too as well. The PA 490 for the tax abatement for agricultural use. I think that's something
Yeah.
else. You know, because I'm going to call the assessor up and just find out a little bit more of, does it need to be on the form that they sent us? You know, the assessment form, because I didn't see anything on my assessment form that said that on there.
Right, I don't know
Okay.
if they, for ours,
Mhm.
it was not included in that assessment, so it was for regular land instead of agricultural land, which made the value go up a lot more. And with our easement, we're unable to build or subdivide or do anything. It is only agricultural land, so it can't be assessed as anything other than that.
Right.
And it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem when they get these big companies that come in and they do this. They use everything.
Right, they might not know that about certain properties.
Right. So we'll have that as one of our agenda meetings for next week or next month. Does anybody else have anything else that they think they want to bring up for next month? I'll do some homework and try to get some of this so we can have some answers to some of this stuff. And we can, move forward. I know it's
I
going to be
can't
a
think of
short,
anything else.
yeah. I know it's a short meeting tonight because I really, I apologize for not being at the last meeting, but I think that, the next meeting, I think it'll be important that we get situated so we can meet with the Board of Selectmen in February so Allison can get us on the agenda. And I've done that before, and usually they're pretty good. They get us done on a earlier basis than a later basis. And we give them the bullet points of what we're looking to try to do and try to get some input from them of how they want us to move farther or what information they might need from us. But I have some good ideas and we can discuss that at the next meeting.
That sounds good. I think before we go away,
Yeah.
we should probably approve last month's minutes.
Yes. Yes.
So I'll make a motion to approve last month's minutes.
Yeah. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Rachel, you approve it last month?
Yeah,
Yeah,
And I second it too if you need a second.
yeah, we need a second. Okay. Thank you, Robin.
Perfect.
Um,
Just trying to keep us on like what we have to make sure we get done.
right. And maybe we can send that to Allison as well. Did you send that to her as well, Robin?
I will. I did not do that yet, but I will.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else have anything else they'd want to contribute, or have anybody else they have anything they want to say? No?
I don't think so. What I'll do is I'll send Allison the minutes from last month and the notes I just took from this month, and then along with the bullet points of what we want to add to next month's agenda.
Okay. All right. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and be safe, everyone.
Yes,
Thank
you too.
you.
Okay.
You too.
Good
Take
night.
care.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Good night.